seen on a classic game show network of any kind. Card Parks. There you go. All right, I'm here. I have some people helping me on the technical side in the background. Colleen's also here to be my card flipper, but she's doing things at the moment. We can't look at the cards.
I'm really bothered by this glare, but I can't get it to go away.
It's fine. We can see the cards. Just leave it. There's a little bit of a glare. We'll live. Okay. We also don't have Disney cards. We need to have that next time. Next time we're going to have Disney cards. All right. So while I explain how this game is going to work, the fun thing is some of you at home can play along by phone and actually win core bucks. And what core bucks are, since everyone on Twitter seems to think it's funny, what core bucks are a digital currency you can use on our WDWNT prize wall website to redeem for prizes from Disney parks all over the world. We have anything from maps and times guides all the way up to limited edition pins, hard to find collectibles, one-of-a-kind items, all kinds of cool stuff from Disney parks, Disney events all around the world. And so that's what we'll be giving away as prizes tonight. So let's put the phone number up. Let's give people the phone number if they want to get on the line to play Card Parks. There's the phone number, 832-7-WDWNT7. That's 832-7-WDWNT7. Note, if you call in a lot on News Tonight, the usual once-a-month rule does apply. So we are looking for new players maybe that are with us on this rare Sunday night where we're playing a game. All right, we're going to go through a little practice round to show everybody exactly how Card Parks works. So the way the game begins, and Ben, you can stop and correct me at any point if I'm wrong. We will have two contestants, and they'll take turns answering questions. The questions will be something along the lines of, and I'll make one up. I don't want to burn one of the ones we have here because I'm pretty sure we need them. It'll be like, let's say, how many people, we surveyed 100 people on our social media, how many of those people think Disney World will reopen on April 1st? Let's just say that. So if I'm contestant one, I would guess how many out of those 100 people I think think that Walt Disney World's going to open on April 1st. So let's say I said 71 people out of 100 think that. Contestant two would then guess if the number was actually higher or lower. If contestant one is absolutely correct, they get bonus core bucks, and they also get to play their, what do we call that? I don't know what we call the thing over there. They get to play their cards. I don't know. There's a row of cards over there. If the other contestant was right that it's higher or lower, then they get to play their cards. So let's show the cards. So yes, we'll lay out 5 cards for each player. I mean, not the best table. Cards slide all over. Okay, so let's say player one. Let's say that player two guessed it was higher, but it was actually lower than 71. That means player one gets to play. So we'll turn over the first card for player one. And player one can decide if they want to play off of this card or not. The idea here is you want to run down all 5 cards, guessing if the next card will be higher or lower in value. Aces are always high, by the way. So let's say I was playing. There's a 4 there. I'm feeling pretty confident about this 4. I'm going to say higher. The next card's going to be higher. I was wrong. So we turn that. We put up new cards. I'm going to start over basically the next round. I didn't make it anywhere, so that was not a great example. I already played poorly.
Quick rule note there, leave the 4.
The 4 stays?
Yeah.
Okay.
That first card won't change unless you manually change it.
All right, so the 4 stays. Well, we got rid of the 4 now. Let's try again. Give me the first card again. A 6. Oh my God, with the glare, it looks like it's clubs almost. Dark. I'm going to go higher than a 6. Oh, good, that was higher. Now I can choose to stop at this point and keep my forward progress to this point, because obviously I want to get all the way to the end. That's the goal. That's a king. I feel pretty confident I can go again. Let's go lower. Lower than a king.
The rule.
That's as you can see, we're always ready. Always ready for a game.
I thought I had them all out.
Wow.
Try again.
Lower. It is lower. I'm going to stop. So if I choose to stop there, we go to the next question. Player 2 would now get the question, which would be another similar question where you have to guess how many out of 100 of our social media followers said the following. And again, the game continues until somebody makes it all the way to the end. Is that right, Ben? Someone's got to run the board?
Yep, that's how this works.
Yeah. And how many rounds of that are we doing? They just have to run it once?
However many rounds you want to do.
They just have to run the board once, no?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant. We're not doing the bonus round, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's pretty simple, I think. We could just try and play. Do we have callers already, or do I need to explain more?
Yeah, we have 2 callers already. Jake
We have 2
and
callers
June.
already, so let's try with the first 2 callers. We go ahead and put them on, Eric. Or at least put one of them on so I can introduce them one at a time. Or Ben, do you have their information?
I do not. Just the names.
Do you have names? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought I said that. Jake and June are their names.
Jake! Where are you calling in from, Jake?
Calling in from Pennsylvania.
From Pennsylvania. Thank you for calling in, Jake. And who's our second contestant, Ben?
That would be June.
Jude?
June.
June.
June, like
June.
the month. June.
Like the month when Disney will reopen, yes. June. June, are you there?
I'm here.
Where are you calling in from, June?
I'm here.
We hear you. Where are you calling in from?
Queens, New York.
New York. Where in New York?
Queens, New York.
Queens, New York. Very nice. Okay.
I'm in Queens.
Okay. All right.
Queens, New York.
Okay.
Queens, New York. Queens.
Okay. All right. We're going to try to play the game now. I guess Jake called in first. We're going to start with Jake. Jake, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Jake. I'm going to ask you a question. Tell me how many out of 100 of our social media followers you think said the following. Of our followers on social media, what number out of 100 have asked for water from a counter service location? Have asked for free water from a counter service location.
42.
You think 42 out of 100. June, do you think the actual number is higher or lower? We may have lost. No, I just need to know if you think it's higher or lower. I don't need a number.
Higher.
You think it's higher than that. It was actually 79. It is higher. That's correct, June. So, June, you have control of the board. Let's go over to the cards. Let's flip June's first card over. It's a 4. Do you think the next card is going to be higher or lower? June?
June?
Higher.
Higher. It is higher. It's a jack.
Higher.
Well, yep, we got it. Next card was higher. It's a jack. Do you want to stop or do you want to keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going. Higher or lower than a jack?
Lower.
Lower than a jack.
Lower.
Oh, it's higher. All right, so that's going to set you back to your first card. So we're going to leave the 4. We're going to turn the others back over. No.
Lower.
It's already reset. All right, June, you get the next question, though. Here's the next question. Of our followers on social media, out of 100, How many have been evacuated from an attraction? Out of 100, how many people do you think said they've been evacuated from an attraction? We showed the wrong question. There we go.
30.
You think 30 out of 100. Jake, do you think the actual number is higher or lower?
Higher.
You think the actual number is higher? The actual number was 47. 47 out of 100. It was higher. So, Jake, you have control of the board. Let's go to the cards. Let's turn Jake's first card over. It's a 6. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than a 6. It is. It's a jack. Higher or lower? Do you want to stop?
Lower.
Lower than a jack. It's the same card. Do we just keep going at that point, Ben?
Nope, ties are always bust.
Ties are a bust. Okay. So it's going to set you back. We're going to go back to the 6. Sorry about that, Jake. I haven't watched Card Sharks in many years. We're learning how to play tonight. All right. Jake, the next question is going to be for you. Out of our followers on social media, how many out of 100 have ever worn a shirt from Disney or Universal to the other park, to the wrong park?
35.
I think it's 35. June, higher or lower? I just need higher or lower, not a number. Do you think it's higher then?
Higher.
I think it's higher. It's actually lower. It's 21. 21. So Jake, Jake, you have control. Let's go back to the cards. Jake, higher or lower than a 6?
Higher.
Higher than a 6. It is not. It's lower. Okay. We're doing great, everybody. Reset the cards, Colleen. I don't know if someone was upset or someone's Nextel just went off. One of those two things just happened. All right, June, you have the next question. Out of our followers on social media, out of 100, how many have ever watched the entirety of the Maelstrom exit movie? The old Epcot attraction, Maelstrom, had an exit movie. How many out of 100 do you think watched that exit movie in full?
20.
20. Jake, do you think it's higher or lower?
Higher.
It is higher, not by much. 26. 26 was the number. All right, Jake, we're going to try again with this 6. You could also change this card if you want.
Yeah, let's change the card.
We're going to change the card. It's a much better card. It's a 3. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Go higher than a 3. It's a 7. That's higher. Do you want to stop or keep going?
7.
Yeah, 7. You want to stop or keep going?
Higher.
Higher than a 7. That's a king. It's higher. You want to keep going?
Right. Yeah.
Higher or lower? I didn't hear you. Did you say higher or lower, Jake?
Lower.
Lower. That's what I thought. Okay. Lower. Oh, man. That's a king. That's a bust. Go all the way back to the 3. Okay.
Maybe you guys should shuffle the cards. I'm just kidding.
No, we got to find all the rule cards. That's why we're doing it. Okay, Jake, you have the next question. Out of our followers on social media, how many out of 100 have used Disney's Magical Express? What percentage have used? What was that? What was that, 55 or 65?
55.
55%. June, higher or lower?
Lower.
Think lower. It's actually 66. It's higher. Jake, let's try again. Do you want to keep the 3?
Yes, let's keep the 3.
Okay, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than a 3. It is higher than a 3. Do you want to stop or keep going?
Let's keep going. Let's go lower.
Lower than a jack. Oh, man. It's a queen. All right. So, no progress yet again.
Wow.
Okay. June, the next question is for you. Of our followers on social media, how many out of 100 prefer nighttime parades over fireworks? What percentage out of 100 is actually what we're doing? What percentage out of 100 prefer nighttime parades over fireworks?
57.
57. Jake, do you think it's higher or lower?
Lower.
That's correct. It's 37%. 37%. So, Jake, we're going to try this. We're going to try this again. I assume you want to keep your 3.
Higher, please.
Higher than a 3. It's a 10. Higher or lower? Do you want to stop?
Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 9. Higher or lower or stop?
Let's stop there.
We're going to stop there. Okay. So we're stopped at the 9. You won't lose your progress from there now. Okay. All right, next question is for Jake. Of our followers on social media, what % have ever spoken in character in a park? Things like Bright Suns, Calte, etc. Inland language. What percentage of the people we asked on social media have ever spoken in character in a theme park?
75.
I think it's 75%. June, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than 75. It is not. It's 45%. People are shy. 45%. All right, Jake.
Okay.
Let's put the cards up.
Change the card.
You want to change the card? Okay.
So I change the 9.
Yeah, that's where he's at. Yeah. It's a 5.
Oh boy. Higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a 7. It is higher. Do you want to stop or go?
Let's stop there.
We're going to stop at the 7. Yeah, 7. All right, June. Your question. For followers on social media, what percentage have paid money for a magic band? What percentage out of 100 have paid money for a magic band?
$35.
35. Jake, you think it's higher or lower?
Higher.
I think it's higher. It is higher. It's 59%. 59% have paid money for a magic band. Back to the cards. Jake, do you want to keep that 7 or you want to change it?
Can I change it, please?
We're going to change a 7. It's an ace. Higher or lower? I think it should be pretty easy.
Lower.
Lower than an ace. Well, there it is. There's a 5.
All right.
Congratulations, Jake. You've won the first round of Card Parks. But everybody stay on the line. Jake, we're going to give you 20 core bucks for playing, I believe. I don't know if we didn't discuss this, but give Jake 20 core bucks just for playing. We're going to give June 10 for being one of our first contestants. Thanks for calling in, guys.
Tom, apparently there's Ben, what's the part of the game that we can do differently?
Right. So the way that this should be played probably from this point on is that if a player busts, the other player has an opportunity to play their cards at that point.
Oh, that would have been useful information earlier. So. Well, we'll try that in the next round.
We we'd finish
Yep.
the first round one way.
Yeah, the wrong way. That's always good. Okay, let's. Do we have 2 more callers on the line?
We do indeed. Shannon and James are their names.
Okay. Shannon, you there? Maybe we're bringing them on. Should they be on?
Shannon,
I think we're
James?
bringing them on now. Give it just a moment.
Yeah, I know it takes a second.
Hello.
Is this Shannon?
Hi.
Hi, Shannon. Where are you calling in from?
New Jersey.
From New Jersey. And then who's our second contestant? James?
James.
Yeah.
James, where are you calling in from?
The frozen tundra of Minnesota.
Frozen tundra of Minnesota. All right. Have you seen how we've incorrectly played the game so far?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it'll be a little different this time, but not much. We'll play as we go. All right, Shannon, you were the first to call in. So we're going to let you go first. Here's your question. Out of our followers on social media, what percentage have successfully drank their way around the world at Epcot? What percentage have successfully drank their way around the world at Epcot?
Maybe underestimating a lot of people, but also 17%.
James, you think it's higher or lower?
Higher.
She is actually 100% correct. It is 17%. That gives her 10 extra core bucks automatically, no matter what tonight. So congratulations on that. And you get to play your cards. So let's go over to Colleen and the cards. Turn that first card over. It's a 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5. A 7 it is. Do you want to keep playing?
Ooh. Yeah, I'll keep going.
We're going to keep going. Higher or lower?
I'm going to go lower.
Lower than a 7. It's not lower than a 7. Okay, so now, if I'm doing this correctly, Ben, James gets to play.
Yep, you nailed it.
He gets to play his cards.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead and turn over. We'll reset her cards, and then let's go to James's cards. All right, James, we're going to flip your first card over. It's a 3, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than a 3. It's, oh man, that's rough. It's a 2. All right. Well, the good news is everyone's tied. All right, nothing gained, nothing lost. James, now your question. Of the followers on social media, we asked what percentage are Disney Vacation Club members? What percentage are Disney Vacation Club members of WDWNT's social media followers?
33.
33%. Shannon, higher or lower?
I'm going to go lower.
Lower. It is lower. It's only 14%. Only 14%. All right, so Shannon, you get to play your cards. There's a 5 there. Do you want the 5? Do you want to change it?
I'll keep the 5 and I'll go higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a 4. All right, James, we're going down to your cards. You want to keep the 3?
I'll keep the 3.
He's going to keep the 3. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than a 3. Let's hope it is this time. It is. It's a 4. A really washed out 4. All right, James, you want to keep going or you want to stop there?
I'll keep going. Higher than a 4.
Higher than a 4. It's a 10. It is higher. Do you want to stop or keep going?
I'll stop.
You're going to stop there. Okay. Now, the next question is for Shannon. Of our followers on social media, what percentage have talked someone into going to the parks? Of our followers on social media, what percentage have talked someone into going to the parks? It doesn't say what kind of person. You've just had to have talked a person into going to the parks.
90%.
90%. James, higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower than that, it is lower. It's 82%. James, we're going to go down to your cards. That 10, do you want to keep that 10 or do you want to change it?
I'll change it.
We're going to change the 10. Colleen once worked on Atlantic City, so.
The table wouldn't have been slippery there.
That's true. Just the dealers. So you have a 2. Do you higher or lower than a 2?
Higher than a 2.
Higher than a 2. It's a 10. Do you want to stop or keep going?
I'll stop.
We're going to stop there. Okay. All right, James, this one's for you. Of our followers on social media, what percentage have bought a Magic Band with special effects? This would be a Magic Band that plays a sound, does some lighting thing. How many of them have bought one of those Magic Bands?
36%.
36%. Shannon, do you think it's higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower than 36%? It is. It's 19%. 19%. All right, so Shannon, we're going to play your cards. Do you want to keep that 5 or you want to change it?
I'm gonna keep the 5 and go higher.
Higher than a 5. It is. It's a 10. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Higher or lower?
I'm gonna go lower.
Lower than a 10. It is. It's a 3. You want to stop?
Okay. Nope, I'm gonna keep going higher.
Higher than a 3. It's an 8.
I'm gonna stop there.
We're going to stop there. Okay. All right. The next question is for you, Shannon. Of our followers on social media, what percentage have been asked for park advice by a friend? Could be a good friend, a bad friend, just qualifies someone you might call a friend. You don't have to like them.
75.
75%. James, do you think it's higher or lower?
Lower.
It is higher. It's 93%.
Wow.
93%. All right, so Shannon, we're going to play your cards. Do you want to keep that 8 or do you want to change it?
Change it, please.
We're going to change the 8. It's a queen. Higher or lower?
Oh, queen. We're gonna go lower.
Is if it's lower than a queen, you win the game. It's a 6. Congratulations.
Yay.
You've won 20 core bucks. Thanks for playing.
Awesome, thanks.
James, we're going to send you some too just for playing. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Tell you what, I've got some more questions here. I think we can squeak out another game if we'd like. Ben, do you think that's doable?
Yeah, it definitely is. We also have some rules in place if we do get to the last question.
Okay. You can fill me in when we get there.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more callers? Or do we need more?
I think we got to put the phone number up again.
All right. Let's put the phone number up again. 8327-WDWNT7. That's 8327-WDWNT7 to play Card Parks. We're going to play one more game. We got enough questions for one more game. Call now.
Kevin's prepared to make up questions. He said he'll just make up questions.
How's that fair? It's gotta you gotta guess like a real percentage. It's not fair.
He was like,
While we're waiting, it's a good time to remind everybody at home, if you're enjoying what we're doing, all this live programming, please support WDWNT. You can do that either by becoming a WIGS member, our WDWNT Interglobe Society. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/WDWNT. And that way, not only do you donate money, but you get stuff for donating your money at just $2 a month. You get our post shows for our Park Center show on Wednesday and as well WDW News Tonight on Thursday. You get early registration to all of our events, which if you remember, some of our events sold out very quickly, like our Illuminations farewell party and stuff. It's often a really great benefit. And at higher levels, you even get core bucks thrown in, which is great because then you can just buy stuff off the prize wall each and every month. And we're always putting new stuff up there. So again, that's patreon.com/WDWNT. If that seems complicated, if you're on YouTube, there's the super chat. Just go ahead and donate in the super chat there. We appreciate it. Of course, things are a little slow for us at this time because the parks are closed. So anyway.
So normally I'd be like, please support Tom and my merchandise shopping problem.
No, now it's
But
just please
not.
support everyone who works for this company's bills. That's where we're at now. Let me know when we have callers. Do we know if we have callers yet?
No one is telling me that we have callers yet. However, Ben has said what the sudden death rules are. So if we hit the last question.
There are sudden death rules. I see that now. Do we have callers? No.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yes.
Tracy and Ian.
Tracy and Ian.
Bringing them on now.
Bringing on Tracy and Ian.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Tracy, you there?
Yes, right here,
Tracy, where are you calling in from?
from Arizona.
From Arizona. And Ian, where are you calling in from?
I'm from Hawaii.
From Hawaii? Is that correct? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow, thanks for calling. I think it's our first Hawaii call. Cool. All right, so hopefully you've seen the way we've now correctly played the game in the last round, because that's the way we're going to play now. So, Tracy, you were the first one to call in. I'm going to give you the first question. You can bring down the phone number, Ben, so they can see the questions. Thank you. Of our followers on social media, what percentage have never been in a minivan? And we don't mean like a minivan like the one your mom had. We mean the minivan service at Walt Disney World, the transportation service.
I would say, those that haven't been in a minivan,
Haven't been.
I think it's probably pretty high, so I'd say 80.
Say, how high was that? I didn't catch all that. 80?
80. She said 80, I think.
80%. Okay. Do you think, Ian, do you think that's higher or lower?
I'm going to go with lower on this one.
I think it's lower. It's actually 81. 81%. Okay. So it's Tracy, right? I'm forgetting names now. Tracy, go ahead. We got your cards here. We're going to flip over your first card. It's a 9. You want to go higher or lower than a 9?
Can I get a different card?
Can we do that this early, Ben?
Yeah, that's fine.
We can. Yeah, we can change that card. Let's change that card. A 5. Higher or lower than a 5?
I'll say higher.
Higher than a 5. It is. It's a jack. Do you want to keep going?
Okay. We'll go lower.
Lower than a jack. It's a 10. Do you want to stop or keep going?
I'll hold.
You're going to hold. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We're holding there. Ian, your question. Of our followers on social media, what percentage prefer the Tower of Terror over Rock and Roller Coaster? What percentage?
75%?
75%. You sound very sure. 75%. Tracy, higher or lower than 75%?
I'd say lower.
Lower. It is lower. It's 58%. If someone has the show on in the background, please turn it off. We have you on the phone. You will hear us quicker through the phone than you will on the game. You can just turn down the volume on there.
That's me. So
Yeah, just turn down the volume on there. Thank you. So it was lower. So Tracy, we're going to play your cards. Do you want to keep the 10 or do you want to change it?
Can I change it then?
Yes, let's change the 10.
Wait, here.
It's a 2.
I'll go higher.
Higher than a 2. It's an ace. Remember, ace is high. Do you want to keep playing?
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
I'll go lower.
Lower than an ace. It is. That's the game.
Yay.
Thank you, Tracy. We'll send you 20 core bucks. Ian, we'll send you some core bucks for playing as well. Thanks for playing.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
thanks.
I've got more questions. I think we can squeak out another game.
Let's get some more callers.
Put the phone number back up. Squeak out another game of Card Shark. Oh, they're still on the phone. We gotta take them off the phone line. Eric, thank you. Card Parks, very exciting. Colleen shuffling the cards.
I'll bring in a felt table thing next time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I have one of those. They don't slide all over.
We're just gonna watch Colleen shuffle the cards while we wait for another call. Colleen's a good shuffler.
Played a lot of cards growing up with my grandma.
What'd you play?
Golf.
Golf?
That's this game. You use 2 decks. You get 6 cards. They're all face down. And then you try to you try to get as low a number as possible. So either they need to cancel each other out, or like a king is 0, or you want to 2s and 3s.
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
Yeah, I was always fun to play with. Grandma was always very much of that, she's not going to give you a good card, so she'll take all the bad cards if that's what needs to happen. And you're like, Grandma, you're losing. I don't understand this strategy.
Wow.
But I hear people.
I do hear people. Ben, do we have people on the line?
We have one so far. Oh, I think we just did.
Who do we have on the line? Who are we talking to?
We have Diane and John.
I didn't hear any of that. Diane?
Diane and John.
Diane, where are you calling in from?
Ohio.
From Ohio. And John, where are you calling in from?
Indiana.
Indiana. Let's play Card Parks. All right. It's Diane, right? I got that. Diane, first question is going to be for you. Out of our followers on social media, what percentage have ever taken a bus to a park just to take a different bus to a resort hotel? So how many of them have gone to a park just to be able to get on a bus that will take them to a resort? What percentage?
87.
87%. John, higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower than that it is. It's 63. So John, we're going to play your cards. It's the bottom row. We're going to flip your first card over. It's a 2. I assume you want to keep that.
Yep.
All right. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than a 2. It's an ace. I assume you'll want to keep going.
Yes.
All right. Higher or lower?
Higher.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. It's a 4. Remember, the ace is high.
Oh, the ace is high.
Ace is high. So we got to start you. We're going back to the 2.
Okay.
I tried to stop you. Okay, it's all right. It's early in the game. All right, John, the next question is for you. Of our followers on social media, what percentage prefer the World Showcase over Future World? What's happening?
Diane gets to play her cards because we busted.
Oh, Diane's
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. We're going back. I went back to the old rules again. Diane, we're going to play your cards now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, let's flip her first card over. It's a 4. Do you want to play off the 4?
Higher.
Higher than a 4. A 6. Do you want to keep going?
We're going to go higher than a 6.
Higher than a 6. It's lower than a 6. All right, we're back, going back to the 4. All right, now right back to where I left off. So, John, how many of our, what percentage of our social media followers prefer the World Showcase over Future World at Epcot? What percentage?
56%.
56%. Do you think it's higher or lower, Diane?
We're going to go higher because there's nothing in the world right now.
I mean, she's right. It's 70%, but the child in me is very sad right now. Okay. Diane, we're going to go to your cards. Do you want to play the 4 or you want something else?
We'll play the 4. We'll go higher.
Higher than a 4. It is not higher than a 4. It's a 3. John, I assume you want to keep that 2.
Yep, and we'll go higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a 6. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, we'll go higher.
Higher than a 6. It's a king.
Let's hold there.
We're going to hold at the king. All right. Next question is for Diane. Diane, out of our followers on social media, what percentage are against there being alcohol in the Magic Kingdom? What percentage do not like that there is alcohol in the Magic Kingdom?
So, I'm going to say 8%.
8%. 8%. John.
Oh, wait, against alcohol. Wait.
Against alcohol, you sure?
Oh. Yeah, that's right. 8%.
8%. Okay. John?
Higher.
Higher it is. 55%. 55%. Yeah. All right, John, we're going to play your cards. You're at a king. Do you want to change that king or you want to keep that?
Let's change it.
Change the king. It's a 9. Higher or lower?
Let's go lower.
Lower than a 9. It's a 7. You want to stop or keep going? We're going to hold. We're going to hold on the 7. Yeah, 7. All right, John, your question. Of our followers on social media, what percentage have stopped in Morocco for more than 5 minutes? What percentage have stopped in the Morocco pavilion for more than 5 minutes?
Let's go 24%.
24% have stopped in the Morocco pavilion for more than 5 minutes. Diane, what do you think, higher or lower?
I think it's higher.
I think it's higher it is. 68%. Let's look at Diane's cards. Do you want
Stay with it and go higher.
stay with the 4 and go higher? It's a jack.
We're going to go lower.
Lower than a jack. Oh, it's a queen. All right.
These cards are off.
All right. I think it's Diane now. Yeah.
John.
John's question now?
Well, no, John gets to go.
Oh, John gets to go. I'm sorry. John, we'll play your cards. Do you want to keep the 7?
Let's switch out 7.
Switch out the 7. Get a 5.
Let's go higher.
If it's higher, you win the game. It is higher than a 5. It's a jack. Congratulations, John. Both of you stay on the line. We'll give you both some core bucks.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing. That's it.
We made it.
I assume we want to keep question number 20 for next time.
We might as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good one, though. And that's Card Parks. That's it. That's the game. We need music. This game needs music. We'll look for music for next time. Music and themed cards, and I need to remember how the game is played. those are the.
So,
I pulled a Nick.
Ben, do we have a calendar?
Schedule?
The schedule of what's coming up?
Oh, it's been fixed. How great is that? Okay. Oh, no, there's a new thing on here I do not like. Let's talk about what's coming up on WDWNT Live this week. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., we'll be taking your questions, but oh boy. We got to hang up on the phone callers, Eric. Take them off the air, please. Thank you. Coming up this week on WDWNT Live, tomorrow at 11 a.m., we'll take your questions, but also, nope, still on there. Someone kill that, please. Thank you. Anyway, coming up this week, well, it is live. Coming up this week on WDWNT Live, tomorrow at 11 a.m., we're taking your questions, but also we'll take a look at the pets of WDWNT. You're bringing your dog in?
I'm bringing my dog into the studio. I have some other staff members who said that they're going to call, and some staff members who they can't call, but they sent me pictures.
Pictures of their pets? All right, there you go. Pets of WDWNT. If you're sitting at home and you have your pet, be prepared to send us photos tomorrow, too. And then tomorrow night at 9, it's Cosmic Read Live, taking your music requests and more. On Tuesday at 1 p.m., I have a special guest, Max, Mr. Cheesy Pop on YouTube, will be joining us, a Disneyland YouTuber, good friend of the show. At 7 p.m., it's not live, but you can catch the debut of a new episode of Deep in the Plus, where they take a look at the computer that wore tennis shoes. And then at 9 p.m. that night, Jessica, Nick, myself, and Colleen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Colleen's coming. We're going to watch a couple episodes. We got to decide which ones of the Clone Wars, Star Wars The Clone Wars,
I think
on Disney
we should
Plus.
watch the ones that you hate.
Yeah, we need to watch the Mortis episode that I hate. We absolutely
I mean,
need
there's
to do
like
that.
4 of them.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll just watch the Mortis series again.
I think that's
and I'll
a
just
good
yell.
plan. And you'll be like, what? And we'll all be
And I'll
like,
yell,
yes!
that's not an attraction poster! Did you see that today? Did you miss that?
I did.
Okay. I yelled at Jason for 3 hours about what attraction posters are.
Oh, okay.
On
I'm sorry I missed it.
you probably are. It was pretty funny. On Wednesday, in the morning, 11 a.m., we're going to have some Tokyo Disney watch-alongs. We're going to watch Fantasmic because it would have been the last day that Fantasmic performed. Also, we talked about it a lot last week. So we're going to have to watch The Legend of Mythica for all of those at home who haven't seen that because it's really great. And probably watch some other stuff too. Also, Wednesday at 9 p.m. is Park Center recapping round 2 of WDWNT March Madness, our tournament of unbuilt Disney theme park attractions. Then on Thursday at 11 a.m., oh no, it just says Party with Pete.
You said to find someone to do Thursday morning.
I should be more specific when I tell you these things. 11 a.m., it's Party with Pete.
I was trying to come up with fun titles.
I don't know, Party with Pete. And then at 9 p.m., it is the epic conclusion of WDWNT March Madness 2020, the end of our unbuilt attraction tournament on WDW News Tonight. So make sure you tune in, join us for as much of that as you can. We're here all week, and of course, every day we'll keep you updated on that schedule. But we'll be here every day doing something until the Disney parks around the world reopen, which could be a while. So we might be here a while, but we'll have fun. We'll make the most of it. It'll be a good time. Yep. That's it. Put up the fancy Card Parks logo. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Oh. How fancy. Look at them. They spin in. They do little tricks. Great.
Turn us off, Ben.
Card Parks.